So, tie rods. Take the outer, just, you know, undo the nut, hit this with a hammer or whatever, pop that off. Take these two off, you know, tie her off. You're gonna undo the sway bar link. All right, probably just undo it like up there. Same thing on this side. You know, you don't have to take any calipers off or any harnesses or anything, because when you drop the subframe, it's just gonna drop it from here. The caliper strut and all that's just gonna kind of hang off. The only thing I have to do is get the axle out. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to undo the nut on the, or the bolt for the steering shaft, which you might be able to do when you lower this down a little bit. Like when you get it on just, you know, stand, you might be able to lift it just a little bit. I just don't know what your room's gonna be like. But if you can get to it with an extension and a socket, you should be able to get to it from here probably. See that bolt? Just slide it. You might have to mark it with some white paint. Just don't move the shit too much, you know, make sure the steering wheel doesn't go spinning. Because when you lower this down, then you kind of slide that shaft off, and that whole rack just stays there. Because all of this, the engine, everything's just gonna sit here with the power steering pump there, you know what I mean? Once it's on the ground, dude, you can get the hoses off, move whatever you want, or just let it hang, you know? As far as the front goes, and we can pull this, you know, plastic down out of the way, you know. Well, that's about it there. And you're gonna have to undo like the trans lines or whatever. You know, the hoses or whatever. I would take all your torque converter bolts out. I would probably take like these bolts here out. The ones that are easy to get to, like right there. That way you don't have to try to lay underneath this thing when it's on the ground. You know, get what you can here. Leave the top ones. You know what I mean? Get what you can here. Torque converter bolts out, because that way that shit's out. You know what I mean? You don't have to like try to crawl underneath this thing. Then you're just gonna undo this kind of piece of plastic, just move it. There's a bolt here, and then here, and then here. Actually, this one I don't even think, no, just this one, the little one that's here, that one, the little one here. Don't touch this one here. There's gonna be one, I think just one bolt underneath here and here. And when you take it, put on jack stands, you're just gonna put jack stands, you know, like here, here, like here and here. You know what I mean? And just try to keep them as, you know, close, you know, evenly as you can. You know, don't have one here and here and these all the way up.
Try to have
them as close as you can to it. You know what I mean?
Cool.
And it doesn't matter when you lift it if this thing shifts just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because we can always kind of move back in place. Up here, it's just a matter of like, you know, just making sure whatever shit's out of the way. You know what I mean? You know, just whatever electrical harness is connected to the car. I mean, you can probably undo this here and here from the start. That there. I don't know where all this goes. It looks like you could probably just plug it here and here if you have to, just flop it over.
Brake booster, flop it over.
Heater hoses, just take the heater hoses off wherever it's convenient. And the AC shit's already undone. I'd leave the AC, because once the AC's off, we can bolt it up and figure out which bolts go there. And this, your biggest thing's gonna be doing this. As far as power steering goes, I would just undo this big hose here. And just fucking tie strap it or something off to the side.
To the subframe?
Which you might have to undo. Well, I mean, it runs down what? So you got the little one that goes from here, down there. That's going to be attached. So you might want to undo it here. You know what I mean? Just undo that clamp. You know what I mean? Right here.
Right there.
This power steering hose, and maybe just slip it off or something.
And then this part is the one.
You got to figure out where it goes.
Unplug all this from the inside. Real quick, so I did what Kurt said, take off the wire harness from the inside, which I did. Move in there. There's gonna be these connectors underneath the glove box. Take the whole glove box off, put back the rug a little bit, and you'll see these connectors. You take it off the computer, and then pull all the wires throughout here. So just like he said disconnect everything. Transmission lines, shift linkage, disconnect that. Just about everything. And on the bottom as well, flex plate bolts, transmission bolts. And what we're gonna do is drop the whole transmission, subframe, and engine. The whole thing's coming down. And that engine that we put in here, that we were showing you footages of, has a hole in it. So behind the right where was it at? Right there. I don't know if you guys can see that hole. It's a big hole right there. So we couldn't see it because the AC compressor was in the way. So we got it started, and Kirk noticed oil leaking, and that's what we found out after we already fucking put it in. So now we're just gonna do it another way. Instead of swapping it from the top, placing it from the top, and